Good morning, students. Today we will do the second chapter of microeconomics, that is the consumer equilibrium. And the topics covered under this presentation is indifference curve and its properties. Second topic, consumer equilibrium through indifference curve analysis. Now comes to the meaning of indifference curve. So indifference curve is what it refers to the graphical presentation of various alternatives, combinations or bundles of two goods among which the consumer is indifferent. So it is basically the locus of points that shows such combinations of two commodities which gives the consumer same level of satisfaction. So it is propounded by J.R. Hicks and R.G.D. Allen and is popularly known as the Hicks and Allen theory. According to them, a consumer can rank various combinations of goods and services in order of his preference. So basically, it refers to the ranking of preferences by the consumer. So when a consumer ranks his preference regarding different bundles, it is termed as a scale of preference. For example, the consumer may prefer in between the two bundles, bundle A to bundle B or bundle B to bundle A. He is indifferent between the bundles. Now we will explain the concept of indifference curve with the help of a schedule. So in the schedule we have two combinations of goods, that is a combination of apples and banana, and A is denoted by apple and B is denoted by banana. So we have the combinations, five combinations, combination P, Q, R, S, T. So in the first combination, the consumer opt one banana, one apple and 15 banana. In combination Q, the consumer opt 2 apples and 10 banana. In combination R, the consumer opt 3 apples and 6 banana. And in the same way, in the last combination, combination T, the consumer prefer 5 apples and 1 banana. So as per the schedule, consumer is indifferent between 5 combinations of apple and banana. Combination A includes 1 apple and 15 banana, gives the same utility as combination Q, that is a 2 apple and 10 banana, and so on. So when these combinations are represented graphically and joined together, we will get an indifference curve. So this is the graphical presentation of indifference curve. Always remember, it is always convex to the point of the origin. So on x-axis we take the combination apple and on y-axis we take the combination banana. When we plot these points on the axis, on both the axes, we got a curve known as the indifference curve. Now there are certain assumptions regarding the indifference curve, and these are indifference curve. Here we assume that the consumer opts two commodities, always two or more than two commodities. In the above example, say apple and banana. And number second assumption we take is the non-satiety, that is the consumer wants to attain more and more, and it is based on the ordinal concept, that is the consumer rank his preference as first, second, third and fourth. And here the law of diminishing marginal rate of substitution lies, and the last one is the consumer behaves in a rational way. Now we will discuss about the properties of indifference curve. So first property is an indifference curve slopes downward. So why it slopes downward? Because it has a negative slope and the consumer always prefers more of commodity 2 instead of commodity 1. Since the consumption of two goods is inversely relative, and indifference curve must have negative slope. Number second is indifference curve is convex to the origin. So indifference curve is convex to the point of origin because of diminishing marginal rate of substitution or the slope of indifference curve. So in order to gain an additional unit of good 1, the consumer is prepared to give up less and less unit of good 2. So this causes the diminishing marginal rate of substitution, and accordingly our indifference curve is convex to the origin. Number third property is indifference curves do not intersect each other. So why indifference curves do not intersect or cut each other? So this is because if they cut each other, the result will be paradox, that is a contradiction. So that's why no two indifference curves intersect each other. Now next property is indifference curve never touches x-axis nor y-axis, because he prefers two combinations or two commodities, say apple and banana, not only apple, not only banana. Now we will discuss about the indifference map. So what is the indifference map? It refers to the family of indifference curves that represents consumer preferences over all the bundles of two goods. So in the given figure, that is the IC1 shows low level of satisfaction, IC2 shows more level of satisfaction as compared to IC1, and IC3 shows the higher level of satisfaction. However, each indifference curve shows the same level of satisfaction, so that we can say that in the property that higher indifference curve represents the higher level of satisfaction. Now the concept of marginal rate of substitution. So the marginal rate of substitution refers the rate at which the commodities can be substituted with each other so that the total satisfaction of the consumer remains the same, so that the total satisfaction which the consumer consumes remains the same. So marginal rate of substitution of x and y is equal to delta y upon delta x. Delta y means the unit he sacrificed and delta x means the unit he gained. So in the same way we have a schedule of MRS. So the units of commodities P, Q, R, S, T, and the consumption of two commodities, apple and B is banana. So how do we calculate the MRS? That is the delta Y is the second good and delta A is the delta A or X is the gain. So in the above in this table, so how do we calculate MRS? That is the delta y and delta x. So delta y is basically the B, that is the banana, and delta A, delta means the change. So the change in banana, in the first P combination we have the 15 units of banana, in the Q we have the 10 units of banana. Then what is the change when we are in the Q unit? So the change is the 5, that is a 5 banana plus the one apple. This is the MRS of Q unit, Q combination. And in R combination we have delta y. Delta y is what? 10 minus 6 is the 4 banana, and 3 minus 2 is the 1 banana. So 4b, 4 banana plus 1 apple. And in the same way, in the combination T we have 2 banana and 1 apple. Now the graphical presentation of MRS, as we studied earlier, that is the slope of MRS is always downward sloping. So in x-axis we take the banana, and on x-axis we have the commodity apples. So when we plot these points in a graph, we are having the declining MRS. Now the important concept related to the indifference curve is the monotonic preference. So monotonic preference is basically what? So it means a rational consumer always prefer more of a commodity as it offers him a higher level of satisfaction, because we always assume that the consumer behaves in a rational way. So in simple words, it implies that as consumption increases, total utility also increases. For instance, a consumer preferences are monotonic only when between only two bundles which have more of at least one unit of the good and no less of the other as compared to the other bundle. So the consumer prefers the monotonic good. So we can say that the consumer behaves in a rational way, and because of intensity, he always prefer more of a commodity as it offers him a higher level of satisfaction. Now the concept of the budget set, because before doing the consumer's equilibrium, according to the ordinal utility approach, according to the indifference curve analysis, we have to understand the some concept. So number first concept is the budget set. So budget set, it is a set of all combinations of two goods which a consumer can afford given his income and prices in the market. So let us assume a consumer has a budget of rupees 60 to be spent on good X and good 1 and good 2. Also assume that the price of the good 1 is rupees 2 and per unit, and the price of good 2 is rupees 1 per unit. Accordingly, we can find the following budget set of the consumer given his income and price of the good X, or good X and good Y, or you can say good 1 and good 2, because here we take the combination of goods. So schedule of budget set. So unit of 1 and unit of 2. Unit of 1 is 0, 10, 20 and 30, and unit of 2 is 60, 40, 20 and 0. Now comes to the budget line. So budget line is a line showing different possible combinations of two goods which can be purchased with given income and price, such that the cost of each combination is equal to the money income of the consumer. So if he has a budget of only 60 rupees, then he remains within the limit of the budget, and if he has a budget of 70 rupees, then he remains in the budget of 70 rupees. He can't go beyond that budget. So it can be solved with the help of the schedule. So combinations of goods A and B, combinations of good A and B, and apples, that is a rupee of apple, that is the rupee apple is 4 rupee per unit, and banana is rupees 2 per unit. And what we have to do, the money worth, that is the money spent, equals to the money. So combinations, we have different combinations, E, F, G, H, I, J, and the apples are, that is a rupee 4 per unit of the apple is 543210, and bananas are rupees 2 per unit, that is a 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So money spent equals to the income. So what does it mean? Now we have to make the bundles also. So if we are having 5 bananas, 5 apples, so the rupee or the amount of banana apple is rupees, the amount of the price of apple is rupees 4. So 5 into 4 plus, we have taken the 0 banana, that is the price of the banana is rupees 2. 0 into 2 equals to 20 rupees. So how much rupee we spend on combination E, that is a 20 rupees. Next is the 4 apples, and the price of apple is 4. 4 into 4 plus 2 banana, and the price of banana is rupees 2 per unit, that is a 4 plus 4, 16, and 2 plus 2, 2 into 2, 4, 16 plus 4 equals to again 20. In the same way, in the combination I, we have 1 apple and 8 bananas. So 1 into 4 apples and 8 into 2 bananas. So 4 ones are 4 plus 8 twos are 16. 16 plus 4 equals to 20. And in the last combination J, we have 0 apples and 10 bananas. So 0 into 4 plus 10 into 2. So 0 into 4 is 0, and 10 into 2 equals to 20. So again we have the budget of 20. So money spent equals to income. I have an income of only 20 rupees. Now comes to the graphical presentation of budget line. So when we plot these points on a budget, we are having, so in the first combination we have that is the budget constraint of we have the budget constraint, and in that budget constraint we have first combination, that is the 0, that is the 5 apples and 0 banana from horizontal sign. And the second combination, that is the E combination, we have the 4, we have 2 apples, and 4 bananas. In the same way we can join the points and we are having the budget line. Now the concept is why budget line is also called the price line. So you people know that the budget line is basically associated with the income, and the prices are also known as associated with the income. If we have the higher income, we go for the high prices. If we have the low income, we opt the goods of low prices. So budget line is also called the price line because 5 apples are equals to 10 bananas in the market. So that price of 5 apples equals to price of 10 bananas. Thus price of 1 upon price of 2 equals to 60 upon 30 equals to 2 upon 1. Thus price then shows price ratio between the apples and bananas. It shows that 5 apples equals to 10 bananas. Now the difference between the budget set and the budget line. So budget set is defined in terms of this equation. Budget line is what? That is the price of good X into commodity of good 1 plus price of good 2 into commodity of good 2 is less than equals to y, and y is what? Y is the money income of the consumer. So budget line is defined in terms of this equation, that is the price of good 1 into commodity of good 1 plus price of good 2 into commodity of good 2 equals to the income of the consumer. What does it mean? That is, if I am having only 60 rupees to be spent on the particular good, so we are not allowed to go beyond price. So budget set includes all combinations of goods X and Y on which the actual expenditure is equal to or less than the given income of the consumer, and budget line indicates only such combinations of goods X and Y which the actual expenditure by the consumer is exactly equal to his given income. Specifically, it does not include such combinations which are attainable but where consumer expenditure is not allowed to go. Now comes to the main topic of the chapter, that is a consumer equilibrium. So for a consumer equilibrium, we have the concept of the budget set, we have the concept of budget line, we have the concept of indifference curve. So consumer equilibrium refers to a situation in which a consumer derives maximum satisfaction with no intention to change it and subject to the given prices and his income. So consumer equilibrium is basically what? It refers to the satisfaction which a consumer wants or gets from the commodity he consumes. So the point of maximum satisfaction is achieved by studying the indifference map and the budget line together, which we studied earlier. On the indifference map, higher indifference curve represents the higher level of satisfaction. So a consumer always tries to remain at the highest possible indifference curve subject to his budget limitation, budget constraint. So the two conditions that must be satisfied before the consumer reaches is the satisfaction level. So number one is the marginal rate of substitution of an X and Y is equal to the ratio of the prices of X and Y, that is the price of X upon price of Y. And the second condition is MRS continuously fall, that is the marginal rate of substitution continuously falling. So the second condition of consumer equilibrium is that the MRS must be diminishing at the point of equilibrium, that is indifference curve must be convex to the origin, and unless MRS falls, the point of equilibrium cannot be established. So unless and until MRS falls, the point of equilibrium can't be established. Now this is the graphical presentation of consumer equilibrium through the indifference curve analysis or the ordinal utility concept. So it is what? On y-axis we have taken commodity y, and x-axis we have taken the commodity x. So when we plot the points, so we have the indifference curve, that is the indifference curve 1 and indifference curve 2, but where the budget line, that is the budget line or the price constraint intersect the indifference curve, it gives the higher level of satisfaction to the consumer, it gives the point of equilibrium, consumer's equilibrium. So in the given figure, the indifference curve 1 touches with the indifference curve 2 touches with the budget line. So we are having the higher indifference curve, that is the indifference curve 2. Here the price line or the budget line tangent with the intersect with the indifference curve 2. So this is the point of equilibrium. So students, this is all for the day. This finishes with your chapter, that is the consumer equilibrium and the concept of indifference curve analysis. So if you have any doubt, so please comment in the below section. So thank you.